one, big one!
Just living a little bit less ordinary, 100%.
All right, welcome to the first ever episode of the Less Ordinary podcast. The boys and I, in true fashion, after a few drinks and a lot of speaking, we've decided to actually make a podcast to document a bit of behind the scenes of what goes on with Less Ordinary, get to know us. It's going to be an uncensored sort of approach to what we get up to. A few laughs and a lot of chat about... Oh, you right, Gussie?
That was Jack's fun.
Oh no.
No, that's only back to it.
So yeah, welcome to the podcast, first ever episode. Super excited. We're going to chat over a heap of different things and stuff, and hopefully pump out one a week as time goes on. So to start it off, boys, just so our listeners know, we're going to introduce ourselves individually, sort of what we are before LO, and just so everyone sort of gets to know your personalities and what you get up to. So Jack, we'll start with you. What's your story, mate?
Story is, grew up in Yamba, moved to Newey for some footy, moved to Sydney for some footy, come back to Newcastle, met these boys.
Fell from grace.
Yeah, how'd that go for you?
Yeah, retirement wasn't...
So when you say footy, you're talking AFL,
Child
correct?
prodigy.
Child prodigy.
Yeah, back in the day. Did a
Failed
bit of
child
AFL,
prodigy.
failed child prodigy, yep.
So Jack used to play for Swans Academy, I think it was, is it?
Yeah, Swans Academy, Swans Reserves.
You're a has-been.
Has
Yeah.
been.
Fully
Yeah.
washed.
Yeah.
Washed
Yeah,
up.
he's exactly.
Stop growing?
Stop grumble. Yeah, it's pretty hard to make it at 5'8".
That's a stretch, man.
Hinge profile is 6'1".
Yeah.
But we moved back, and obviously Newcastle feels like home as well. Beautiful spot. And then met all you boys through all this, which we'll get to at some stage on the podcast in the future. But now I'm mining with Trey Boy, NDT background, so ultrasonics radiography for Worlds in the PR stations, and just love me fishing, wakeboarding, and getting away with you boys.
Love it, bro. Gussie?
I'm Gus. I'm a plumber. I work for myself for the last couple of years. You boys have helped me out a few days here and there.
Reline specialist.
Jack Harbin, Ray Line specialist. I love surfing and going away and shit, but starting to like fishing with you boys.
When you're not so sick.
Just battling a severe seasickness
Gus
problem.
Syndrome.
Yeah, chronically seasick.
Yeah.
Full flat swell, no wind.
Just on that, mate, you did not help yourself one bit.
Nah, it's self-induced.
I eat the qualms.
The Quaaludes.
Yeah.
Travel calms for anyone who's thinking, what the fuck is
I have a
that?
Quaalude every time we go out and it does nothing.
Yeah, because you have it 5 seconds before you spew. You're like, I'm feeling sick. I'll have a qualm.
It's as soon as I'm on the boat. Nothing can help me.
We're going to work on that.
We'll
though.
tackle it.
We're going to work on it.
But yeah, that's pretty much me.
Yeah, hellfish show now.
Hellfish show.
Jazzy.
For me, Ches, Camo, whatever you want to call me. Background in civil construction, in management. That's not the most exciting part of my life, I suppose. That's just work. But grew up in Newey, born and bred. Sort of started me adventuring years ago with the cars. Got right into the cars and the Forbies and building them and breaking them and fixing them and all that sort of shit. Now it's a bit tamer. Sort of just into the touring and stuff like that. Love me touring. Built me D-Max. Got the boat now. Love the fishing. Love a little bit of surfing. I'm not real good at it. But, just getting up the coast, going north, not south, never south.
And not 2 hours up the coast either.
No, you got to be getting right away. The further away from home, the better. But, yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah, love it. Righto, I'm Trey. Prefer to be called Trey Bags by the boys. I grew up in WA originally, then moved to Newey when I was maybe 10. Been here ever since. Have grown up fishing my whole life. Love it to death. Probably my favourite thing to do in the world. Then sort of got pushed into a bit of a surfing family, but just don't have the natural talent. Still love it and enjoy it, but just not the greatest surfer. But I still have a crack and get out there. But fishing's the sort of main thing. Did a little bit of diving and stuff when I was younger as well. Loved doing that, but also terrified of sharks, so that never went too far. As far as work goes, finished school, went to uni, did a degree in marine science and environmental management, which I graduated from, I think, 2 years ago. And sort of threw that down the drain to an extent, and now, into mining with Jack. So we're in the operations side of things. So it's not the funnest of jobs, but it does allow us to do a lot of cool shit because we work a lifestyle roster, which is basically your 5 days on, 5 days off. So it means in our spare time we can get away and do what we enjoy doing, and we don't have to battle the weekend crowds because, as we all know, with those sorts of things, you're surfing and fishing and boating, all the rest of it, touring. It's chockers on the weekends with all the weekend warriors, which can be tricky to navigate, and especially since we like to film a lot of the stuff we do, it makes it a little bit hard. So, yeah, that's basically me. That's basically the 4 of us boys. But I want to touch on sort of so people know what we're up to. Just to start with, what is Less Ordinary? When did it start? And I don't want the whole origin story, but yeah. So how long we've been going for, and what do we actually do?
Could talk for hours about this, but
Yeah.
we'll keep it short. What do you reckon? 2.5 years? 2 years?
I think we were going into Aspira and all that at the very end of 2022, and we've sort of officially kicked off at the start of 2023.
Aspira, that brings back some
Yeah.
core memories, eh?
That was when I was going to be a silent partner.
Peter
Yeah,
Pettigrew.
Camo was solid, yeah.
I was going to be a silent investor.
Trade bags was
You're
maybe
about
in
to
it.
throw down with Peter
Yeah, I wasn't
Pettigrew.
even in the picture at that point.
Yeah, that was what?
The good old days.
2 years ago. 2 years ago, the idea was born. Jack found me in the garage of the apartment we were living in and said, let's do this. And it sort of reinvented itself 1,000 times over into what it is now. It's completely different to what we sort of wanted it, or not wanted it to be, but what we thought it was going to be when we started. But here we are 2.5 years later. We probably really, maybe only 18 months ago, we'd really started
Yeah.
kicking off.
We'll get into like a real nitty gritty
Yeah.
origin story a bit in the future, but yeah, practically 2.5 years, you reckon? And
Yeah.
as you said, it's reformed itself 100 times. It even has lately, so
Yeah.
goes in different directions all the time.
At its core, what
I
do we do?
As we currently are,
Yeah,
We're,
lifestyle business.
lifestyle
It's a
brand.
hard thing to explain, I think, but social media, content, YouTube, like what have we got? We got the website.
content creators, I would
Yeah,
say,
I don't
I
know.
suppose.
You
Like,
wrap it up pretty good. How would
Yeah.
you put it?
Yeah, I
do something
reckon, in short, we definitely enjoy obviously doing all the stuff we've touched on briefly before, like your surfing, your touring, your fishing, adventure, and hence the name Less Ordinary. It sort of came from a point of view of just chasing the less ordinary in life, whether that be, you have heaps of money all the time in the world and you go out in big boats and do crazy trips, or, at its bare minimum, you're just a little weekend up the coast with your swag and stuff like that. And yeah, it doesn't really encompass one thing at all, but rather all of it. And we enjoy doing every bit of it. And since LO started, we just were like, let's fucking document it. Let's film it. Let's create content. People like it's definitely become more apparent recently that whole space, everyone loves getting away on the weekends, gone are the days of just chilling at home and going to the pub and stuff like that. I mean, it still exists, but everyone, you have to admit.
That's what you did last night.
Yeah. You have to admit, if we could have it our way, you'd be going away as much as possible. So, yeah, basically Less Ordinary documents that, and we're here to share it and grow and push the...
And
What's
to the friends and families, it probably looks like we just go up the coast, drink hard fizz, and go fishing. To be
Yeah.
honest, but there actually is quite
Exactly
a lot.
what we do.
Quite a lot that goes on behind the scenes as well, I suppose. So
A lot of work,
a
definitely.
lot of work.
Yeah, but obviously the 4 of us work full-time as well. So we're just slowly working out how to navigate a full-time job and then doing Less Ordinary as well, which in itself has become a full-time job, and every day gets more and more intense as it is. But it is also super fun. Like, not to say it's hard. It has its
unreal.
days, but like we're in a space where we seriously and thoroughly enjoy, and the ultimate goal is to, one day hopefully be able to make a living off it and share it with everyone and do it somewhat full time. And each day we're trying to push more content out. We're getting that little bit closer to being able to do it more and more, which is sort of the ultimate goal and why the business started to begin with. So
And we've got a few things in the pipeline as well coming up. that
Yeah.
might
yeah,
contribute to that.
yeah,
but
there's a bit of stuff going on,
this
but
year.
so yeah, that's basically us. Now I wanted to touch on sort of the social media platforms that we operate on. Someone give me some insight into that. So for people listening and that are interested, you obviously can see us and our faces and doing what we actually do across all them platforms. But yeah, the boys will touch on what we get up to and where you can sort of see it all.
Yeah, well, we started on Instagram. I think that was the first place we sort of started the business. That's where it was born.
I'd say we solely focused on Instagram for a long time.
long time.
100%.
Yeah.
Moved into YouTube maybe seriously about 6 months ago. I think we pumped out a few episodes early, but never really took it seriously. So YouTube now, we're trying to get them out fortnightly, I think, which is a challenge in itself, obviously, with the the work and business balance. But yeah,
especially weather as well.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you get a fucking window,
Well, that
it
came
turns
pretty
to
late.
shit.
We sort of finally honed in on having a bit of consistency at the end of last year, and then we had a break for Chris and New Year's. So hopefully the consistency on YouTube will fire up again this year.
Plus, we just learning all the way about like camera gear and
Yeah.
figuring all that out, and got a little ecosystem of
The
DJI
eco.
now. So the ecosystems
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, and for anyone that does this sort of thing, you'd know it's just it is a mission trying to coordinate, the filming. And I think a lot of the issue, I know, especially for me, stems from the part we love doing all this touring and all the fishing and all the stuff, but like having to film it adds a whole nother element of you're having to be on
Pressure.
the ball, pressure. You got to be filming the whole time, and it doesn't take away the fun from it. But sometimes you get caught up in the moment and you miss opportunities or whatever. And basically, we want to capture as much of it as possible and produce like high quality content that people can resonate with and really enjoy. But yeah, it's been a big learning curve for us, and I think we're like bit by bit we're learning each and every day. Not to mention like algorithms, social media, like how much have we struggled with that shit?
Fuck that whole situation, but we're working it out. So.
Yeah, it's
Consistently changes too.
it's been bit by bit.
Yeah, once you think you've got it nailed, it changes,
Yeah.
and then you're back to where you started.
Yeah. But our growth has been, we kicked off this business, obviously, like, you start off your Instagram page or whatever, and then we slowly gained a bit of a following just from friends and family and people in Newey and stuff like that. And that's soon grown to what I would call a pretty reasonable sort of audience now. I know when we first started, we set the goal, we'd love 10K people. That was always a goal, 10K. We hit the 10K mark. This is
Straight
Instagram
away, you're
followers.
like, it's not enough.
And it's
Yeah.
not
Not
enough.
Not enough.
And it
It's
just-
good for 2 minutes, and then you're
Yeah.
like,
Like,
20K.
fuck this.
you strive for more and more and more. And I know it's just a number, but I think for us, it's just like the higher that number, the more people that'll see our stuff. And some of the messages we've received as we've started to grow from people just saying, "Oh, I love your content," or you've inspired me to do this or what. So it's just unreal. Like for us, that's like a massive push to keep going. But basically what we started, you'd say properly 18 months ago on the social media platforms. Our Instagram has just surpassed 20,000 followers, which I know isn't heaps for a lot of people. For us, it was a good milestone.
Great
And-
milestone.
Yeah, and we're steadily growing, and that's 20,000 like sort of like-minded people that are into all that shit. And
It's a long way from zero.
it's a long way from zero, but
It's been a fucking long way.
yeah, it's been good. But I could say I'm pretty happy with our growth. But we'll touch on also our platform, like we said before, our business has evolved 1,000,001 different times, but I think a real core moment for us was the jet ski giveaway.
Yeah, that was
Someone want
pretty
to
loose.
run me through how that all come about and what we did.
Go on, Schmack.
The jet ski giveaway. So that was when we first started. What would you say? We were going to actually just be a giveaway business to some extent, like
A
a
trade
promotion
business.
business. But obviously, me and Camo had that chatting downstairs and went through all that. I had a fish and sea-doo, so we had all this content, like epic content to promote it, and we got a bunch of merchandise made up and launched this jet ski giveaway connected to the merch, obviously. And that was the first time the whole thing felt real to me, I reckon, like when the sales started coming in from that.
It was. Let's just preface. It was highly premature.
Oh,
For
God,
the
yeah.
fucking following we had at the time, which was maybe it was sub 5,000 followers.
Well,
Easily.
that's when it actually became a business.
It's
Yeah.
Before
become
that,
a
it was
business,
just a
yeah.
page of us posting shit.
That's right.
Well,
so
the cock's on the block, the money was on the table.
Cock
and-
on the block.
Yeah, massively.
All
cock.
4 cocks
Yeah.
were so on the
on the
block.
block.
and
Like,
they were premature ejaculating
Yeah.
everywhere.
there was a lot on the line, and we definitely were early to the piece. As you know, most social media people, you gain your following, and then you drop something big like that.
Yeah, then you do some shit like that.
Where for us, we barely had the following, and we just come out of the gates with this huge thing. And it was a brand new Sea-Doo jet ski, I think valued about $30,000, and that was obviously attached to the merchandise that we sell and still currently sell on our website. And over the course of a month, the giveaway ran for, and it was like, righto, you buy some merch, you're in the running for it. But basically, we needed to turn over some, for us, a pretty astronomical amount of sales to be able to, 1, break even, 2, make a profit, and 3, like, grow the business.
Which we somehow did.
Yeah.
Like,
Just-
we did. Like,
yeah,
just
yeah.
I don't
us.
know
But
how.
we did.
But
You could technically say we made a profit on that.
also,
Yeah,
like,
just.
you know how you say, I don't know how. Look back through all that jet ski promotion stuff we did. It was fucking top notch.
good.
Oh, we did well with what we knew, but we knew fuck all.
Shout out to Cody because he made a
yeah.
lot of that
Yeah.
just look unbelievable.
But yeah, we really knew fucking nothing
Nothing.
going into that.
We winged the whole thing.
Fully winged it, learned on the fly.
Well, we
know.
had to cover the ski, the merch costs plus all the
Legal and
Cody,
promotional costs.
promotional costs, legal fees,
Yeah.
contracts, permits, all the shit. We had to make a bit of break even.
The
It's a
behind the
fucking
Pretty
scenes,
wild that we did.
the behind the scenes that goes into that stuff is astronomical. It's not as easy as like, I mean, you know, when we first, you pitch the idea and it's like, oh, fucking piece of piss. Sell a few shirts and like give away jet ski to some bloke. It'll be
Then-
that easy.
Then
Nah.
you start to find the holes in
And
it.
then you're like, oh
Yeah.
God. And
Mind
then it
you,
gets deeper and deeper.
At the time, we didn't have this warehouse. So we're in this warehouse now. You can't see it, but there's all shelves with the merch. And we got the boat and all the shit.
Yeah, there's a bit of shit going on there.
We're,
At that stage, we just had
We're on your balcony.
your
We're-
cage at the apartment.
yeah. So I live in
Oh,
a
sorry, Winnie's shed for the giveaway.
Yeah, for the giveaway, but the pack and the merch that
Yeah,
people were
sorry,
buying
yeah,
was
yeah.
in my 2-bedroom apartment. In the spare room, which is like lucky to be fucking 3.5 meters square, boxes to the ceiling.
The system was
Absolute fuck show.
like the little journal. And
Yeah,
it'd
the
be
journal.
like extra small, box 16, and there's like 100 boxes
There's
in your
like
spare room.
no, but there was like 20 boxes, but they were all stacked and jammed like on a single bed. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, you'd have to go fuck and like lift 20
under
boxes.
18 boxes,
It's
yeah.
in the bottom corner under 7 other boxes, and you put them all back, and then next one it's fucking on the other side.
Besides all the shit show, though, of like all the behind scenes, all the money spent, someone talked me through the night we were up there and it went live and the first couple of sales started coming
Oh.
through.
I've got a
Oh,
video of that
fuck.
moment.
Someone talked me through that.
So that particular moment, I remember that really well because obviously all this build up, months and months of preparation, and it's like, right, we're dropping this, and there was every chance that just flopped to nothing. Right, we sold, we could have sold 10 items, and some dude walked away with a brand new jet ski. I'll add as well, if you didn't take the jet ski, you took $20,000 in cash as well.
And you were in at this stage. So
And, yeah.
this was like, Trey was late to the business, late edition, but this was your introduction.
Yeah,
So
and
you were
I've-
just like straight in, cock out on the block.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
well, money making moves, and my thing was like I couldn't miss the boat with because that once that ship sailed, once that was gone, that was
Yeah.
it. You were gone. But
Good.
this was I had my concerns, and the deeper we got into it, I think we all started to have more concerns. But that night, website goes live using the Shopify platform. Shout out to Maddie Adams, who's Cody, our filmer's sister. She helped us create that website. It was unbelievable.
That's the first. Yeah, we would.
Shout
first
out
thing
to
we
the Adams
realised.
family
Yeah,
as a
the
whole.
whole
Yeah,
Adams
shout out
family.
to the whole Adams family. They, without them, this business would be nothing pretty much. But we've launched the website and
Release what the giveaway was.
release what the giveaway
We
was.
G'd up because we'd done fishing giveaways of tackle and rods and
Yeah,
reels
yeah.
and everything, and we were going, we got another one. It's a little bit bigger, and then it was just like bam
So we
in
were-
your face, and we were going, fuck, have we done the right thing?
Yeah.
We were on your balcony again, I think, when it went live.
We were.
The whole
yeah.
business was run out of my 2-bedroom apartment
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
so long.
Balcony goes up. Got the Shopify app on your
just
phone.
quickly, shout out to Lani for putting up with
Lani
that
Dweezy.
season.
Yeah,
Ian,
nice.
you're a legend.
Making a screen call.
Cordials.
And it goes live, and with the Shopify app, you can have like the little cha-ching sound when you make a sale. And it went live, and the phone was
Cha-ching,
just
cha-ching,
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 cha-ching, cha-ching. I think we,
We're fucking
yeah, I
rich.
think
We fucking did it.
I think we grossed like maybe like 12.5 grand's worth of sales in the first hour, and we were blown away. Like,
We were like, this
With
is
it.
it. We're retired. So
We're all getting ready to call work and
Yeah.
time to get
I remember
fucked.
I actually was going to work that Arvo. And I remember sitting there and there was like 10, 12, 13. I'm going, do I just call it?
yeah,
Oh,
this is it, I'm done.
do I need to go?
But yeah, that night was that was huge for us, I think, and that was
Insane.
early in the piece. But yeah, that was a real Kickstarter for us into getting foot in the door in the business. One, taking the risk, because I think that's a huge part. You can do all the things behind the scenes, but when you put money on the table and you put all this effort in, it means 10 times more. But yeah, all in all, the winner walked away with the $20,000 cash, didn't take the jet ski. They were super stoked. I think they used it to get a house deposit and stuff, which was unreal.
Just recently bought a house too.
Yeah.
They're connected
Nice.
to us.
Yeah.
And that's really stoked for them.
Yeah, really stoked for them. And we ended up, doing pretty well on that. Obviously, it wasn't enough to retire or anything, but we made a bit of an impact.
she-
and I
she
think
slowed
Also
down a
the-
bit.
Oh yeah, let's talk
Plateau
about
of
that.
doom.
So 13.
We
let's
thought
go.
we
Yeah.
thought we're the richest. We're on here, and then like an hour later, nothing.
Yeah.
Plateau of doom
Yeah.
plateau the fuck house.
Then we had to
One
sit there
sale every fucking 3 days. We're going, oh no. It goes from us thinking we're quitting our jobs, thinking we're going to need a second job to try and make all this lost money back.
But then as
it just
we got
crept in.
closer
Yeah.
to the end date,
Ian had
it
another
just
little
ramped
kick.
up.
ramps right
And
up.
we'll be fairly transparent. I think
I
we
think
end
we
up
just
doing,
broke even, maybe slightly over.
after all the legal costs and everything, I think we made about $48,000 in sales in 1 month off no following or anything,
Which
which
is-
for us was
We
huge.
had 3,000 followers at the time.
Yeah.
I
That
think
grew the
after it-
following massively.
I think
too.
after it, we ended up at like 7.5 or something
Yeah.
like that off
It was
that
a good
month,
little.
so-
It was a good little
For
stunt,
sure.
Put us on the map.
And it's
Yeah.
like something that everyone just takes you seriously a bit straight away off the bat
Yeah,
too.
Absolutely.
So
Make a statement.
It was a good learning curve for us in terms of ads, promotion,
Shit, yeah.
dealing with
marketing.
solicitors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
solicitors, all the legal stuff. Like even just being under pressure and having to pivot, like that second day, whatever, and the sales just stopped, and we've gone,
Yeah.
fuck.
All the logistics.
We're
Gotta
gonna, have to,
adapt.
we're gonna have to do something here.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it was a good thing because if we didn't do that, we wouldn't be here right now. I don't think.
Nah.
No, no
It
way.
was a bit of a like,
That was our first logistical
Yeah,
I
nightmare.
Get
think
out
it
of
was the moment.
get out of the comfort zone. You know what they say? Good shit doesn't happen in your comfort zone. So
Yeah,
get
for sure.
out of it, put it all on the line, and
But-
it
yeah.
fucking worked.
And
here
for
we
us,
are.
that was huge. Like maybe for some people, it's like that's nothing. It's not a big, but for us, that was
yeah.
massive. And yeah, we did it, and we're stoked.
because we're not fucking rich.
No,
Yeah.
we're not loaded. So it was it was a huge call, but yeah, it really put us on a trajectory to where we are now. And again, the business evolved 10 times over. So
Just side note on that. The most stressful part for me was when we did the live draw.
oh
And
god,
the randomly selected winner came up as Jack H. And we're all going, fuck, somehow Jack's won it. We are going to jail, but luckily
Yeah.
it was a different Jack H.
yeah. So that night was crazy as well. But yeah, that was probably our first major big moment, and since then it's just been sort of all systems go. I also want to touch on, boys, the social media aspect of what we've done, some of our popular posts and stuff like that, and how we've sort of, you know, how we've had some go, you know, quite viral, and others that we think are fantastic and they don't go. Like how have you found trying to navigate that aspect of it, and like what are some of your favorite posts that, you know, like went well or failed, or
It's
what?
probably a camo question.
Cameron.
He runs our
Massively
socials.
Cameron
So
question.
I find it most challenging because obviously the shit that you think is gonna, you're like, fuck yeah, this is gonna go off. Nothing.
do you
Like-
think somewhat of that is like when we look back at it, it's so epic because it's us.
Oh yeah,
Like, and then
massively.
maybe
Like,
it's not
you-
as
No, I reckon I look at it pretty objectively, and I think that's a cool video. But anything we've found on social media, like anything you seem to put a lot of effort into, like it does well, but doesn't do great. And then, for example, we had a video of us just ripping the rollers off a trailer coming off the barge when we went up on a trip to Morton Island, and that ended up doing like getting us thousands and thousands of followers, and you know,
yeah, hundreds of thousands, millions of views.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's just an easy one because people love to see you break shit, fuck shit up, fuck yourself up. Like,
Yeah.
just love to see shit go wrong. Like,
Yeah.
carnage is like views.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, like, I'm not going to name anyone, but there's other people and groups and accounts out there that play into that massively.
Like stage a bit of
Shit,
carnage.
absolutely. Like, which
Yeah.
I think is personally fucked, and we would never do that. That was a genuine situation where we were
Would
towing
have
a
been
boat.
pretty fucked if we staged that. It wasn't even our
Oh,
boat.
Yeah.
towing a boat that wasn't ours, that was way too fucking big to be taken to Morton
we
Island.
don't have the money to be fucking
Nah.
making
Yeah.
shit either.
But you know, and then on the flip side, stuff that we think won't do well sometimes really surprises you. Like I think
Yeah.
we found that a lot of the personality and the genuine shit. Like I think you've spoken about it before about you can't fake being genuine. Like
Yeah.
you can really tell.
and people know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we somehow fluke and capture a real genuine funny moment on camera, it always does really well. But it's
fantastic.
like if you
Well-
tried to stage the exact same thing, it's just shit. It's like a sixth sense. You just know when it's authentic.
Yeah,
or
it is
not.
the sixth sense.
For,
Absolutely.
for instance, like when we first started, it was way more cinematic, I guess.
Yeah.
And now we've gone into the more raw, like, you know, YouTube specky stuff that seems to be doing a lot better for
More
us.
vloggy sort of.
As cool as the cinematic,
Yeah.
like, flicky shit is, the raw
Yeah,
stuff
people
just
just
does
want a
People just
genuine
don't care.
connection
Well,
with you.
yeah,
They
I
want to
think-
know.
personality.
I think it's just because social media these days is so saturated.
Yeah.
Like in this day and age, you can be old mate going out on the weekend on his tinny, which is mad, not knocking it. You can go and buy a drone and you can make some cinematic specky shit.
Yeah.
No no one cares about your
It's
cinematic
very hard
shit.
to create something that you haven't seen 1,000 times.
Yeah, like it's hard to be
The per-
original,
yeah.
but the only way you can be original and come across original is your personality.
Yeah,
And I think
that's the only shit that's original.
the way
that
we've
got
shifted, and
to
which is a
offer.
big reason why we started to do this too, the podcast, is
Yeah.
to show a bit of behind the scenes shit that sometimes we can't put on camera. You can be a little bit more raw.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be
to
a
a
bit more
degree.
transparent on this. Yeah,
And I think
to a degree.
the best thing about our setup is we've got 4 personalities
Yeah.
that are fucking very, very different.
Yeah, well, let's touch on that because that's funny.
It's hilarious, man. So you got, I'll let you boys touch on that.
Well, Trey boy, you roles wise in the business, you do a lot of you're the best fisher. Let's just not make your head bigger than it needs to be, but yeah. So you do a lot of that, but I'd call you a very nervous,
yeah,
calculated kind of person,
absolutely. Always thinking of the worst outcome.
overthinking,
Overthinking. Yeah.
like to the nth degree,
Yeah.
to the nines, fucking breakdowns,
Living in fear.
Yeah,
So
that
almost
pretty
anything
much.
that happens, worst possible outcome. That's what Trey thinks.
what I'm
Like,
And then
that's
we've
what he's
got
thinking.
on the other hand,
The printer.
we've got we've got Jack, who is the loosest dude. Like, hasn't had a second thought about anything.
You've
since
never
day he was
calculated
born.
anything in your
No.
fucking
There's,
life.
there's no calculations.
It was like when we went to Cali. He just rings me. He's like, "Yo, you want to go to Cali?" I'm like, "What about work? What about this? What about money?" He's like,
No
"Fuck it."
logistics
No,
whatsoever.
he's like, "Let's book tickets."
We're
to
just
Zion."
going.
Yeah,
Was it the best trip ever?
yeah, it was the best fucking trip ever.
But for instance, I feel like me and Trey definitely balance each other out a bit with that now because
Yeah.
it's perfect in the sense that I'll come up with something and it will still end up happening, but the logistics side of it and all that back and forth works
Yeah.
out to be very perfect.
Well, I'm glad you balance each other out because I can't really handle either of you on your own.
So it needs to
Yeah,
be
you're
played.
both the two extremes.
Yeah,
It needs to be in the middle.
But basically, Cam and I seem to agree on a lot of the business decisions that we have, and Gus and Jack seem to also agree. So we've had some pretty serious debates. There's been,
we have some fucking blues. in the
yeah,
background
there's been
for
some
sure.
blues.
in
like-
a
Pretty
nutshell,
pretty funny though.
yeah,
just to give him a little bit of a dynamic, I'm very close with Trey Boy for the last 5 years. Very close with Gus for the last 5 years. They didn't know each other. Camo and me met probably like 3 years ago. So then in Camo,
There's a whole story.
very
about
close.
That too.
We'll get to that further podcast. But all the business stuff has pretty much accelerated these friendships to be like a 15, 20-year relationship.
that's a
So
great point.
me and these boys like best mates now and haven't known each other to the point where you would think it would be how it is.
Yeah, we've been forced to argue. We've been forced to have like heaps, we've just been pushed down the route.
Yeah.
That's a really good way to put it. Because it's been we've gone through some serious highs, some serious lows, and and everything in between.
You wouldn't have it
100%.
any other way, but
Nah.
No way.
No way.
No, but the dynamic of 4 in the business has been nothing but exciting. At the end of the day, like I couldn't imagine doing it solo. Like
I just never would.
the way
Yeah, you wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it.
you have your doubts, and then you'll talk to one of the boys, and you're fired back up, or you're starting to question something, and you just got to have a conversation, and it also the ball keeps rolling. But this business would have died a million times over without the 4 people just working off
Yeah.
each other, just making it move forward, keeping the wheels turning, and then we're just
Props to the dudes that do it solo.
absolutely
Because
props.
fucked
It'd
if
be
we
so
would have done
hard.
it.
It'd be hard
Like-
to not share it with anyone because,
Yeah.
bottom line, I like sharing it with you guys, and it's just like fuck,
Absolutely.
it'd be tricky just having those wins on your own.
Yeah.
For me, the highlight of actually filming it all is like obviously it's sick getting out on the YouTube for everyone to see, but for us to actually look back on
Yeah.
and see what we've done over the last 2 years.
Well,
is
we were doing
epic.
it anyway.
Exactly.
So
right.
it was just a case of let's document it because it's fucking sick, or
That's
we think
right.
it is anyway.
Yeah.
You
It'd
think
be
what you
really
want,
hard
but-
to get excited about shit solo. Like
Yeah.
if you do something skits, there's no one there to like.
Share it with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
agree.
yeah, basically, if you interested in any of that content, obviously you can see us on our YouTube platforms, our Instagrams, TikToks, and stuff like that. They're all pretty different, but a lot of the cool shit we've done in the past 2 years is all spread across all those different social medias. So yeah, you can get on, have a bit of a look, get to know us.
Quick question, just for a bit of summary. What's like everyone going to see on this podcast going forward? Like, what's the vibe of it?
I reckon we are going to just chat about all things fishing, touring, diving, surf, all the shit that we do is less ordinary. We'll be very transparent of what we get to in the background, the highs, the lows, even the business side of things. And yeah, we're just going to take you along for the ride and just show the true nitty gritty of what goes on.
A lot of behind the scenes shit. We'll have a lot of guests too that are like our partners, business partners, or like people we work with or people we shoot content with. Like
Interested? Like
anything
want people-
relevant.
I think a bit of shit talk too.
Yeah.
A lot of shit talk.
Yeah. But it's gonna, yeah.
It's pretty. Everything else we do is very structured. So we aim for it to be a bit of an outlet.
And it's not going to be for everyone, but it's, for people that just want to take a little bit more of a delve and just an easy listen, have a laugh. This is the sort of thing that you'll be into.
I'm excited to get back from a trip and really unpack it on you. Recap the whole trip and just all the shit that happens, because if you document it from the get-go straight after you get back, you remember everything.
Yeah.
And we're going to try and keep them current too.
Yeah.
And talk about a bit of shit that's going on just in daily life. Like
I would love to try and do
You were
it.
just watching the UFC. We could talk about that, but we're trying to keep this under 45 minutes. So
We had to cut it short. We just had to stop before the last fight because you're about to go to work soon.
yeah, all the boys are having a hard fizz right now. I'm drinking water because I'm about to go to night shift.
Just so you know, I'd choke all yous out within.
You're a
first
fucking
round.
idiot, Joe.
Well, that's
You're
actually a good
fucking
segue
idiot.
into the next setup. So, what we've sort of been up to in the past sort of month or so, we've been taking a little bit of a break from pumping content out, and probably a break from the business as all, as Chrissy sort of rolled on through in the new year. We shot up the coast. We went and saw a Thirsty Merc concert as a group of us. It was mad.
How was it?
Oh, it was so good. Yeah. Gussie had a bit of a blunder. He ended up not even seeing Thirsty Merc, but yeah.
He's seen a couple of songs.
I was saying something
He was
else.
compromised early. Severely compromised
saying
early.
shit.
Yeah.
Just skin him.
But we had an epic time. We didn't even chat.
Sorry, fucking hell. I had to pack him up, put him in the courtesy bus with his missus and all the food she just ordered, and send him home like third song.
And off he went.
I was
We'll,
severely compromised.
We'll
Massively.
do a recap on that trip, and
Wonder.
after this pilot episode, and we'll unpack that. But that's funny, and you'll love it.
Yeah. But yeah, we went up there, shot up, took a little bit of a break, and I think well needed one. Obviously, we had time off our normal jobs as well, and I don't even think we discussed the business too, which was really nice. But yeah, we're back in new year and we're ready to crank it right up. So
Sometimes
Fuck
this
yeah.
starts to feel like a bit of a job.
absolutely.
With a lot of the shit that's now increasing behind the scenes, it's not always just let's go get in the boat and fucking go fishing. So
Yeah.
it can feel like a bit of a job sometimes, and it was unreal to have a proper break.
Yeah.
It was
Chrissy.
nice.
I don't
was
think
well
I don't
needed.
think it got brought up once.
No,
No,
well,
I wasn't allowed.
You were thinking, well,
I
you would have been
wanted to
ticking
bring
like
it
a
up.
maniac.
Fuck.
Gus
I
was
worded
under
him up.
strict instructions from Cam not to say a
I
word.
worded him up. I said, if you talk about this business, I'm fucking getting my car and going out because I need a break.
Just to touch on that, Gussie.
You needed
just-
a break from the morning calls. Me, go, what if we do this? What if we do
Yeah,
this?
fuck. Yeah.
Gus sends like, what if first person notes into our like of what he's thinking all day.
Yeah.
Gus has
That's all
got
I
to get his
fucking think
thoughts
about.
on like in writing. I feel like he's always struggled to like explain his ideas, so he fucking writes them down and gets them on a bit of paper, makes them real tangible, and like it's a lot. He understands it more, and then weekend too, because sometimes he's trying to tell something, and you're like, what the fuck is?
What is he saying?
So it's good. We're growing, we're learning, and learning to.
We got a lot of
communicate
whiteboards
well.
going on in the
There's a
office.
lot of whiteboards, a lot of notepads, and yeah. But that's pretty much what we got top of the New Year's. But let's touch on what the plans are for this year. This is going to be. We want it to be a huge year, eh? We're locked in. Obviously now, like Cam touched on before, we've got a warehouse space, so we've got all our merchandise. We pack all our orders that are on our website out here. We've got our boat stored, fishing gear, trailers, just all the toys and stuff like that. This is like LOHQ. We've got an office space in there too that we can, we obviously do the podcast here, and then we go in and brainstorm ideas and potential content and all the other shit that goes on behind the scenes. But this year we've got a few trips planned. Like not massive ones as of yet, but even just in the near
We
future.
sort of just take it as it comes. Right?
Yeah, we do take it as it comes, and like we're still doing the weekend warrior spec a lot of the time, which is we still enjoy thoroughly. But next weekend, Oz Day long weekend, we're taking the brand new boat, Less Ordinary plate boat built by Mezcal. That's again on our YouTube too. Epic thing. We're gonna try and catch first billfish out of it.
Yeah, which would be sick. The weather's starting to look pretty shit for next weekend, but that's usually how it goes for
Yeah,
us.
it's a long range out. We hopefully
Mm.
we're
We'll battle a bit of swell.
but the boys have never caught a bill. Is that right? No, you have caught one.
I have.
I got one.
Oh, you have. Oh, so they've all caught one.
I've caught shitloads.
Yeah, Gus has got fuckloads. But yeah, it'll be the first one out of that boat. So we're gonna chase some inshore blacks ideally, which is gonna be super exciting. Little trip up the coast. We've also booked in at the end of March to do a trip north of Coffs to a little secret gem that we're super keen for. That'll be a little 3-day mission.
Yeah.
Surfing.
Best camp spot on the coast of New South Wales.
I got it.
Oh, the door's just flown open. I've got my car's in absolute fucking pieces at the moment.
Grab us a fizz, Gussie boy.
So that's a bit of a deadline. we've got to hit that trip to go up near Coff. So I've got the canopy off, I've got the tray off. It's all getting sanded and etch primed and painted and re-insulated and re-floored, and it's all in a million pieces. So what have we got, like 7 weeks or something, 8 weeks before we go. So I've got to get me shit together there and get all that done. But
We'll just preface it. He's doing that because he got 2 grains of sand in his canopy when we went away.
2 grains, fuck.
He thought he better fucking redo
if it
the
was
whole
one,
thing.
if it was one, I would have left it.
So yeah, Cam's doing a full overhaul of that. But there are a couple little trips that we've got planned. We're also looking to do a dive trip, hopefully in the future with the UPS boys, which would be sick as well. We're not much divers, but we're keen to get to do it. Yeah, they are. Sorry,
are.
We aren't.
Under
But-
pressure spearfishing.
And
Check them
Smith.
out.
Yeah,
They're really and
33
33
fathoms.
fathoms, absolute weps, all them boys. But me and Trey had a little day out with 33 fathoms the other day. It was
One in the
hilarious.
chamber,
Yeah,
baby.
one in
One in
chamber,
chamber.
shot a couple of dollies off the fad. Very easy diving, but so sick. It's sort of like I think got a little bit of a bug going on now for it. So we're keen to do that with them boys too. We'll get out, do a bit of wakeboarding stuff over the summer. Obviously, we're nearing on winter pretty quickly, but
No.
we've got, we want to go chase some Spanish up the coast. We're going to go do the tuna. We're always going to be spinning for Jew. And then we've got some bigger trips in the pipeline as well. We've been in touch with a bloke up north, runs a charter operation up there, Brody. So we'd love to link up with him in the near future too and do a really skits mission out to one of the reefs and stuff like that. So that's super exciting. As far as trips goes though, that's pretty much what we've got
On the horizon for now.
on the horizon for now. But
Maybe
that's
more.
constantly evolving.
Yeah.
But
We can't plan too far into the future. We get fucked by the weather.
Yeah.
Cam won't be around in winter anyway.
no.
That's why
He'll
you
be-
had to mention that. It wasn't
He'll be
on my
fucking
Yeah.
somewhere crying.
fuck me.
Seasonal depression really gets to
It's a real
our
thing.
brother Camo here.
Struggles with it.
He,
I, for one, like the winner.
I fucking hate it.
But what about business goals,
business
boys?
goals for this year,
Yeah.
small goals.
Get loaded, retire, live the dream forever.
I like it.
20 boats.
Did we want to touch on
Fort-
what
sorry.
we've got sort of coming up? Did you
Well,
want to touch on that? Or are
yous
we
can
going to leave
touch on
that
it.
for another
As
I-
in
I'm gonna leave it to Gussie.
Goldie? Gold
Gold.
Club?
I
yeah,
might have to clock out here just quietly.
Cameron, hang on.
What time you got?
5:18.
Oh, I have
You've got
to,
12 minutes.
I got to clock out. No, I need to leave at 5:30.
Yeah, get us
Yeah,
to
well then you've
5:30.
got
I got to get dressed.
11 minutes.
I'm going to clock out here. These boys are going to wrap his
Cameron.
up. I've got to go to work.
Right, can we do a quick segment before you go?
Yeah.
Make
Or
it
do you want to
super-
end on the segment? We'll do
Maybe.
a segment.
No, you just do the segment, then carry on. I've got to.
Wrap it up on the segment.
Righto.
So at the end of each podcast, we want to introduce a little segment. Now, this is going to be
We're gonna-
constantly evolving until we find something that we really cling to. But it basically is just going to be a little laugh to finish it off. But this segment is
You
going to
vaping, you
be
grub? That's heaps gross, man.
this.
That you're vaping.
This segment is going to be a classic debate that I reckon all groups of mates have had like a million times over. The UFC was on today. Who fought, Jack? I'm not much for it.
There was a few fights, a few good fights. Holland fought. All the mountain boys fought. The Dagestanis.
The mountain boys.
The mountain
The
boys.
Mounters.
Yeah. I think
are those boys?
Bilal, they're going good, yeah. Bilal just won, so he defended his first title shot, or his title. So it was good to watch. I actually just left all the boys at the house just then, so
Yeah,
it was
can't feel this.
hard to leave, but
But that pretty much brings us to the question, right? UFC cage match style event to the death. 4 of us in the ring.
Sorry.
I like it.
All 4 of us in the ring. 1 person leaves the ring.
Who leaves the
Who
ring?
leaves the fucking ring? Cut.
Who's leaving?
you
Go,
go-
you go first.
I'm going first.
I know, yeah.
All right.
Give me an order of like who's leaving, who's dying first.
Uh,
Give me a breakdown.
Yeah.
Right.
But make
I
it
think,
quick because Cam's got to go like now.
I
You know
think
what, yesterday, I got to go.
10-second
I
answer.
think me and Gus are going to be left.
Fight to the death at the end.
Fight till the death at the end. I think me and Gus would just go, that's how it's going to play out. And if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. So I want to beat Gus. So me and him probably just team up early, flog the fuck out of you boys real quick, get that over and done with, and then I'll flog the fuck out of Gus.
And so you're leaving the cage.
I'll leave the cage, yeah, with the
I reckon
title.
it's heaps rogue to back yourself. I reckon that's like.
no,
It's just, if you don't back yourself, you got nothing in this
I
life.
reckon that's the shittest thing, eh?
You got
Right.
nothing.
That I'm going to say, I'm going to come to you and say, Jack, team up. You and me
Yeah.
will fuck them off.
So you
And
like
then-
that idea?
And then you and me, yeah, I love
Yeah.
it. But then we're going to get in there. I've actually gone to them behind your back. The 3 of us have teamed up, eliminate the biggest threat.
Yeah,
and then
fair
they'll-
enough.
And then it's like, fucking, I'm going to be eye poking. I'm going to be kicking you in the nuts. I'm going to like.
You're
It's a
doing
dog
some
fight.
It's a
dirty
fucking.
shit.
It's a shit.
Well, there's
show.
no ref. This is a dirty fight.
Yeah.
See, I thought that going a different way. I was more thinking I'll probably be the underdog. I'll get left alone a little bit, and then I'll sort of sneak in the back like a little
Just
trouse in the
coward punch
dark
for the win.
and just
Trouse in the
fuck, do the damage from behind the scenes. I won't win it, but I reckon I'm coming second place overall. I don't know who's
Nice.
winning it, but I'm coming second place because I'm
Really?
going to get left alone. They're going to be like, don't focus on him. Bang. Fuck you. Gone. second place, me.
Right, I like it. Camo.
Chez, you're getting fucked up.
I don't even know.
I'm fucking you up, Chez.
No, you're not.
If I wanted to, I'm fucking you up.
You'd walk in, you'd have that much head noise, you'd probably be having a panic attack in the corner.
Fight or flight, Chez. Fight or flight. I'm
You'd-
having
you'd
fight.
be
I'm going
flighting.
into fight mode.
You'd be flighting.
You wouldn't answer your fucking phone to say that we're going into the coach.
Yeah, you
Wouldn't
wouldn't
even
even
be
rock
there.
up.
I'll be there. I'll be there fucking with bells on.
Right, so I think I've taken that win there, boys.
You've got to go to work.
Seriously need to go to work. Night shift's calling me.
Righto, brother. Will you love us and leave us, and we'll continue a little bit
Righto.
of
Have
potty
fun.
in.
I'll be just over there.
We'll have a
If
fizz
you want
next
some
time.
quick input, I'll just run over. I'll
Righto.
come and say goodbye real quick.
Can you give us a quick uniform full look?
Yeah, I'd
Fashion
love to
show?
see
That
it.
would be good,
Can't walk
actually.
in uniform.
I'll just cover the company name because you can't
Righto.
know who I work for.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like it.
Copy that.
All right.
Chez signing
Thanks,
out.
boys. Signing out.
Are you going to show us the rump with the shirt tucked?
Yeah, have you got the tight pants?
Yeah, I got
Oh,
actually,
nice.
I don't know. We'll have a look.
Give us a look.
All right. See yous.
Righto. Thanks, Chezzy.
Moving on.
Let's quickly go. Oh, yeah.
That's what he'd do too. It'd be
Yeah,
a dog
it-
shot
it's just a
to
dog-
get him to the
That's
end.
right.
He's gone first. Doesn't even matter if he dog shot.
He's
gone
going
first,
first. Yeah.
regardless. All right, let's quickly circle back the business plans for the year. You wanted to mention something, and I want touch on it briefly.
Goals for the year so far. Maintain fortnightly YouTube apps. Maintain. Cam has a full socials schedule. He wants to upkeep, pending us being able to shoot enough, which is the biggest challenge. Maintain a weekly pod. Get a bit of consistently going.
Yeah.
With all the content.
Yeah.
And then, like you touched on already, few trips with a few people we want to do some stuff with.
Yeah, we're looking to
in the
collaborate a
pipeline,
fair bit, I
few
think,
collabs.
this year. Yeah.
And yeah, we've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes for our sister business, which will roll out this year, hopefully in the next 3 months. I'd like to hope. Don't want to give too much away, but
We're hoping it's
Something
big.
pretty cool.
something pretty
And
big,
big coming.
something exciting. More of what we've been doing, but more. How do I say it without just saying it? I don't know. Something very exciting on
Yeah.
the horizon.
Yeah,
that
le-
we're
yeah.
putting a lot of work into, but hopefully soon, we
Yeah.
can reveal that one.
Super keen to roll that out because that has been that's been taking up a fair bit of time, but it's a slow burn and it's gonna happen.
And just balancing all that with the
Yeah.
trips away as well. It's just it's
Yeah,
hectic. It's
we've
hectic.
we've spread ourselves real thin over the last 12 months. Instead of giving 100% effort into one thing, we've been given.
Yeah,
We've been dividing it over a bit of shit. Now it's all slowly, finally about to come to a point where it all comes up together.
Yeah.
So,
Again,
very
lucky there's
exciting.
4 of us because
Oh fuck!
you wouldn't be able to do it alone.
Not a chance. No.
Not a chance.
But yeah, we're gonna obviously, like Gus said, we wanna make sure that content is staying at sort of that top priority. We want to keep
Content
that
is
coming
king.
off. Yeah, content
Top
is king.
priority.
We want people to see what we're up to. We want to meet people in the space. We want to we want to see what we can do. We want to get in touch with like-minded people and do real cool shit. That's
Want
pretty
some
much it.
crazy shit to happen.
Yeah, we want
Yeah.
some cool
Skid
shit
shit.
to happen. But at the end of the day, I think we're always going to find a little bit of joy in just fucking doing the simple shit as well as well as the crazy stuff.
For sure.
100%.
Yeah, what do you reckon, boys?
What's next?
That's it. That's a wrap up. That's our first little pilot.
Nice.
Done and dusted.
Next time you see us, hopefully we're talking about an epic trip that we just
Yeah.
went on. And,
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
weather pending us, we'll be either about to go on that or have just done it.
I think we would have just done it.
Hopefully just done it.
Yeah.
Because it'll be a bit better.
Hopefully, when you see us next, we would have been on our first trip chasing billfish in the new boat. Hopefully there's some stories to tell. No doubt there'll be stories to tell if we can get out. But yeah, all weather pending. But no doubt we'll get up to some sort of mischief. So
I can guarantee we'll be talking about Gus throwing up off the boat.
yeah,
That'll definitely be in
that'll
there.
be there. 100%. You can guarantee
gonna
that you
start
come
having
back next week. You're going to hear
Quaaludes
about that.
now.
Yeah.
If he starts eating Quaaludes now,
I'll be all right.
he's still fucked.
Yeah. But yeah, you got that to look forward to. So yeah, thanks for tuning in for the first ever episode of the Less Ordinary podcast. it's going to be a learning progress for us navigating with 4 blokes and stuff like that. But yeah, like we said, we're going to talk about all the shit we like doing, the fishing, the surfing, the touring, diving, all the rest of it. We're going to have guests on, like-minded people, all the rest of it. We're going to talk about the business, the highs, the lows, the struggles. Going to be pretty transparent with it all. And then a little delve into our personal lives too, so you get to know us a bit better. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. Yeah, keen to keep pumping
Cheers.
out.
Thank you.
You.